The Free Britney movement. Have you heard about that?
I'm assuming we're talking about Britney Spears and when she shaved her head and kind of a little nutso.
Yeah. So her dad was appointed as her conservator. I believe that he is conservator at least through February of next year. And now there is this big Free Britney movement of all of Britney's biggest fans who believe that she has regained capacity, but her dad is still in control of her life, and they want Britney to be freed of his conservatorship over her. Any thoughts from you, having no idea about this Free Britney movement?
I would just like to start by saying I do not follow celebrity gossip or news at all.
Are you making fun of me right now? Is that what's happening? How do you not know about it? Everybody knows about the Free Britney movement.
Everybody knows about it. Is this your idea or Michael's idea?
Well, this is a Michael idea, for sure. But I do know about the Free Britney movement. So anyway, conservator, her dad's appointed because she lost capacity back when she had a mental episode and shaved her head as the biggest piece. And her dad's still conservator.
Sure.
Again, her friends, or I should say her fans, think she's being held captive.
Are you going to be mad at me if I bring up the public administrator's office?
No, go for it.
Okay. So conservatorship is basically a court hearing where a person is appointed to manage the financial affairs of somebody else. Super exciting, I know. But your rights are just completely stripped away financially when a conservator is appointed. And a judge has the right to appoint pretty much whoever they deem fit. And that means someone who doesn't have a felony, who's good with finances. You have a say in this if you've done a plan previously for who you would want, kind of in priority for who the heck that should be. But if you have no plan whatsoever, the judge just has to guess. And a lot of times they appoint a professional, and that person is a complete and total stranger to you. And now they have access to all your money and all your assets. And even if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't have any, so who cares? They get access to all your bank accounts, your signature. They completely control everything you do. You can't go rent a movie. You can't go buy groceries. You can't go do anything with your money. They have a conservatorship account where all your money is at. Depending on the type of conservatorship, that may be in a restricted bank account, which means court approval is needed for every expenditure that comes out of that, or they can set a limit on it, if it's over $50 or something. And a lot of times there's no booze that can be bought. In Colorado, there's no weed that could be bought. There's a ton of restrictions on it. But yeah, the public administrator is usually the professional that is appointed. And that is an office I used to work for. So I was the professional that would get appointed in these cases. That being said, Britney Spears was never my client. Technically, from attorney-client privilege, even if she was, I couldn't be able to tell you. She wasn't my client. But way too much experience managing money for people who I had no idea who they were. And that's not a fun job. And so I kind of have sympathy for her dad, I guess, from what I've heard.
What if Britney has regained capacity? She's fine now, and her dad still has control of her assets.
So she could petition the court to end the conservatorship. But you need some kind of psychiatric analysis saying that you have regained capacity, and then she could contest the conservatorship. And that would happen all the time. A lot of times we would get conservatorships when people would get Alzheimer's or dementia, and a lot of those people do not want to admit that they are suffering from that disease. So they would fight the conservatorship, and we would have to get a full psychiatric analysis of the person, and then the doctor is basically deciding whether or not that person should have a conservatorship. The same thing applies if you want to undo the conservatorship.
So what should the Britney fans do to help her?
They should probably calm down a little bit and stop worrying so much. I don't think Britney is probably too worried about it if she is not contesting it at the moment, because she has the full right to do so.
We're going to have a ticket line of Britney fans.
I know. And Jeff's over here mansplaining things. Talking about the Free Britney movement, I'm Kristen Kelly.
And I'm Jeff Althaus.